Breaking: Obama admin just caught in massive new scandal involving Trump. It seems new information surrounding Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya. Veselnitskaya, who allegedly met with Donald Trump Jr., then Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, and now White House senior advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner at Trump Tower back in June of 2016, is now raising some serious questions about how she managed to get a visa to come to the U.S. to begin with. 6 months prior to the June 2016 meeting in which she promised to deliver damaging information about then-Democrat candidate crooked Hillary Clinton as part of the alleged Russian government's support for the candidacy of now-President Donald Trump even took place, Veselnitskaya was denied entry into the U.S. Breitbart reports. The Russian lawyer, who was being portrayed as a courier between Russia's president and Donald Trump's campaign team, got in, and stayed in, the United States by a very unusual set of circumstances, say immigration experts. Lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya was first denied a visa in 2015 but was then allowed a special parole in September 2015 to provide advice, not legal services, during a trial over alleged money laundering by a Russian executive, Denis Katsev, and his company, Verovsn. Her unusual parole was extended until February 2016, and she subsequently got a temporary business visa from former President Barack Obama's deputies in June 2016 despite the first denial. If you have to be paroled into the country, that means by definition that you're inadmissible, said Jessica Vaughn, an immigration expert at the Center for Immigration Studies. She continued. People who are unqualified for entry are given a special exemption, on case-by-case basis because of a request by law enforcement. It happens, it is not uncommon, but what is uncommon is for that person who was given an exemption for a specific purpose to remain after that purpose is over. That is very unusual. After arriving, Veselnitskaya began working for Katsev to eliminate the Magnitsky Act, which an economic sanctions law named after a Russian business leader who died under suspicious circumstances. She failed in that task, despite hiring several Democratic activists, including former Representative Ron Dellums, plus a Russian-born PR fixer. According to a July 2016 complaint by a private sector company, and released by Senator Chuck Grassley, the chairman of the Senate's Judiciary Committee. The complaint by Hermitage Capital Management misidentified Dellums as a Republican. The eventual 20 to 30-minute meeting in June 2016 with Donald Trump Jr. was intended by Veselnitskaya to persuade Donald Trump to kill off the Magnitsky Act if he were to be elected president, according to The Washington Post. The meeting was arranged by a music industry lawyer, Rob Goldstone, who has at least one Russian client. The 2015 parole given by the Department of Homeland Security to Natalia Veselnitskaya to attend the money laundering trial is unusual partly because she provided no legal services that could have not also been provided by via video, said Vaughn. The DHS has not explained the reasons for the parole, but has described the process in a brief July 14 statement. In September 2015, DHS paroled Natalia Veselnitskaya into the U.S. in concurrence with the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, allowing her to participate in a client's legal proceedings. She was issued a significant public benefit parole document on September 25, 2015. Even more unusually, Veselnitskaya's parole was extended and then converted into a formal visa, effectively overturning the unexplained reasons for denying her a visa in 2015, said Vaughn. According to DHS, Ms. Veselnitskaya was subsequently paroled into the U.S. several times between 2015 and 2016, ending in February 2016. In June 2016, she was issued a B1/B2 non-immigrant visa by the U.S. Department of State. That B1/B2 visa allowed her into the United States to meet with Trump Jr. in June 2016. But in an odd turn of events a few months later she was granted special entry by the Department of Justice under the order of Attorney General Loretta Lynch herself. Veselnitskaya stated that her entry to the U.S. was crucial in order to carry out her legal work for a Russian firm in New York City. But it's not being reported that she engaged in a number of other projects or interests during her time in the U.S. Of course, one of them was trying to get then inexperienced candidate Donald Trump into trouble for wanting opposition research, which every candidate always wants on their opponents. Unless you're a Democrat, that is. Democrats don't need to worry about that because they have the mainstream media to be their attack dogs for them. This whole thing stinks of Clinton and Obama. The former Attorney General under former President Barack Hussein Obama lets this woman into the U.S. so she could send her over to implicate Donald Trump in a false Russian collusion narrative they themselves made up since they knew they would lose the election. Please share if you want to see the whole Democrat Party machine behind bars. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.